$550 million. Al got me a ticket.
I got everybody one.
If we trade right now, how epic would it be if one of them won? If we trade?
Well,
that happened to me with a car, remember?
No.
Pepsi was having a contest giving away a car.
Yeah.
So before we opened our bottles, I pulled out 2 Pepsis, and I gave one to Angie, and I said, no, switch.
Uh-huh.
And we switched. That's what I was trying to get to.
And what happened when
and
you
switched? So we popped the caps, and I looked at my cap, and it said car.
Shut up.
Wow.
And she was so mad.
It said car.
Mm-hmm.
Did you give her half the car or something?
what kind of car?
I rode home on my bicycle, and I called my daddy because he and Mama went down to the shoe place. They had to do some stuff.
What's the name of the shoe place?
The shoe place.
Was it?
And he also had a car dealership called the Car Place.
Very creative.
My daddy was an entrepreneur. So then we also had Go West, because remember when Urban Cowboy came out, Daddy saw that as a money-making opportunity, and he was right for a while.
Too.
Was that
He was right. We have
a country
stacked
dancing
deep
bar?
getting into the dressing rooms.
What is it?
Go West.
What is it?
We got hats and belts and boots, jeans and shirts and Western suits, all the finest Western wear. Go West. Go West. We got the finest Western wear. Go West. My voice is still wrong. Some good old boys going. Wait a minute, you made me mess up. We got the finest Western wear. Go West. Some good old boys gonna meet you there. Go West. Don't settle for less. Go West. That's Go West in the Florence Mall. Let us bring out the cowboy in you. That was my daddy's tagline. And we came back with the cap, and they said, well, you won. They had to verify it, but come back this afternoon, and we'll give you your car. So they wanted to get the news cameras there and everything from TV 13.
Sure,
so
big story.
My daddy saw this as an opportunity to get a free commercial. He showed up in his bootcut jeans with his leather belt with Jerry stamped across the back, and his biggest belt buckle he had, and the hat with not just the feather hat band that hung off the back with the roach clip, because remember they had the roach clips with the feathers hanging off the back.
Your dad wore the roach clip.
That's for decoration.
Your dad's like Kid Rock of the 80s.
What, with like a raccoon tail?
You use it had feathers.
It had a little roach. That's how it
with
clipped on your
feathers.
hat. Yeah.
Here's my dad, Daniel Boone.
He wore the Western shirt, with the bandana tied on the side around his neck.
Here's what I've heard, Kelly. The more of that country crap you wear, the more country you are.
He put on his boots with spurs that jingle, jangle, jingled.
Oh,
I was mortified.
Well, he had on spurs.
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Well, yeah, but spurs are for horse riding.
But he wore the spurs that had the little bell that went clink, clink, clink. So this is because he was using this as an opportunity.
You could hear him come onto the set.
Yes.
So he's like a cat.
He's like a cat with a flea collar on.
I cannot make this up. So my daddy showed up in top to bottom Go Western wear.
Yeah.
I was horrified. So anyway, the car I won was a Chevy Monza. They don't make them anymore.
Really?
Of course they don't.
I thought I just saw one.
Stick shift, AM radio, no AC.
Awesome.
There was no bells and whistles. Well, I was 13 years old.
The Pepsi place is so cheap.
Your dad had better bells and whistles.
So did he keep that for your first car?
Well, I was 13 years old, and I couldn't drive it, but they wanted to get us a shot of us driving away.
Yeah.
And so my dad had to drive, so Daddy gets in the car, and as we're driving away, he rolls down the window. He rolls down the window, and he waves,
Take his hat off and wave his little feathers.
So the news comes on that night. They don't show one picture of my daddy except for his arm sticking out the window.
All None of the clothes get on? How about the bandana?
Nothing, just his arm.
How about the jingle?
Nothing.
No jingle?
Nothing.
That was amazing, Kelly.
Can I go home now? I think I've done enough.
Yeah, I think you have.